Hello friend, how are you? Welcome to Tripan Study Center. Today we are doing most important chapter of history. What is the topic today? Here, the role of the landed is the intermediaries in the revenue collection. There is the most important there a chapter of economics. The role of the landed intermediaries in a revenue is a collection. Apart from the state officially, various categories of intermediaries is excited to the between there are a farmer and the state. There is the most important farmer and the state. This intermediaries is a play a crucially role in the land revenue of realizations, and they claim to the revenue is the impressions of their land are shared in the land revenue in a return for the service and rendered by them and period of the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate. Our source refer to term like Raja, Rajputra, Ranka and Maha Samanta etc. There is a most important here a refer term like there. And this is heredity of the right holders is a connected with the land. The collected land revenue, where is hereditary to the right holders, is connected with the land, and they collected land revenue from the farmer of their respective areas and send a part of it to the state and keep a part with themselves from their substance. Besides, what will have been to be a state granted to the tax and respect land to the Brahmins and their temple, and the land revenue from the such a area were collected by this is a grantees. During the Sultanate period, the landed is an intermediary is a continue to be pay an important role in the revenue collection. The Khuts is a small landlord and the Dams is a villager is a headman, and a group of intermediaries such as a Rai, Rana, Rawat, etc. enjoy to superiority is a right over to land as a compare to on the average is a farmer, and allow their Khalsis to try to the content there is a power on the share of this group. Later Delhi Sultan like Gyanauddin and the Firoz Shah Tughlaq is give a content conscience of to them. And during the Mughal periods, Rais, Ranas, and Rawat, and others such as intermediaries as referred as the Zamindar. And there were is a people who had inherited to right over to the produce of the land. The Zamindar is a claim or direct share in the farmer produce. There is the most important. Zamindar is a claim to the direct share to the peasant of produce, and their share the varied from to the 10% to 25% in the different part of country. This claim is a coexist in a subordinate is a capacity with the land revenue demand of the state, and Jamidar also is associate the state and the Jagidar in the collection of the land revenue. Anekta of the Sultan is a period in the modified from a become a Jagirs under to the Mughals. Its holder to Jagidar is where to the pay through the revenue assignment. We have already discussed them in chapter 12. The is a Dama is our northern India, and Petals is a Deccan. Active true village is a headman who were responsible for collection of revenue and maintenance of the law and order in the village. For their service, there is a granted to revenue free village land. The Patwari is a northern India, is a Kulkarni, is a Deccan, who serve a village, is accountants were also paid similarly. Next topic is the most important burdens on the peasantry. There is the most important here burden on peasantry. There is a chapter of the economics of history. There is a peasant is a forming to the overwhelmings or majority of the population in the Middle India. It was the however not a homogeneous group. One end of the spectrum was represented by the rich peasant is a Khut and Makodams is during Delhi Sultanate, and the Khuda Khas is during there is a Mughal period. Having a large holding and the cultivating there is a land with the help of the higher labor. The other end was represented by the small peasant and village is a manals and known as the various part of the India as a Balhars is a Reza, Ria, Ya Petalis, Akundabai, and Panka, Asta, and the Uparis, etc. The bulk of the peasantry was now by their generics is a term riot. There is the most important here. Overall, there is a peasants had to be pay a large parts of their produce as a land revenue. At the beside, a large number of landed is intermediaries is appropriated a share in the surplus of the produce. Apart from it is a medieval India is a peasant also had to be deal with the frequent is a natural calamities like a flood, famines, epidemics, etc. There is the most important here. There is a natural calamities is like a flood, famine, epidemics, and average is a patient's away found to the himself as assisting on the marines or owning to be regressive as the nature of the land tax. The extensive is a burden of interaction on the loan taken to frequent fame, disease and pandemic. The pain and the hardships and the resentment is occasionally is a culminated in the protect and revolt in the Dobas business led to a very serious against uprising in the regions. A large scale uprising of the Jat, Sikh and Marathas is a Santamin took place during the design of the empire is a Aurangzeb. Against this contaminant on was one of the factor behind this rebellion is act.